They're calling an emergency meeting, and immediately I was like, oh my god, are they closing the restaurant? She just let me. But they sure no fear. It ain't safe from here. But she's welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just saw a tick on the counter. We have animals that is very dangerous. Like what the fork? All right, not too much, not too much. Like back up, give me some room, give me some room. So today the goal today is to finish editing my other video, but besides that, my aunt is supposed to come over and her husband to see my niece because they weren't able to make it to her first birthday party on Wednesday because she's a teacher and that's a school night, so understandable. So she's coming over today. She's supposed to be over right now, honestly, but she's not here. I was thinking about going to my little boutique, small business owned cafe, but they are only open until 5 today. I mean, they just changed their hours altogether, which I can understand because it's winter time. And let's actually like do something about this lips. Where's my lips slough? I'll be back. DEY and CEI. I'm using, so yeah, first we started off with our powder primer. Still have it on my forehead. Look at alien. We're gonna use some topical slick salve. Slick salve? I don't know how you salve it. Come on now, come. So I'm trying my best. My gloss has to be popping. The vlog that I'm doing now is called Remember When My Job Left Me. And I realized that the footage that I had explaining why my job left me was in the vlog that got deleted. So now that I'm thinking about it, let's talk about that. Yeah, so my job left me. I worked at this restaurant called Colonie, and they've been open for over 15 years. Like they opened back in 2011, I believe, but technically it's on the Brooklyn Heights side of Atlantic Avenue. I consider Cobble Hill, in my opinion. I said what I said. And I started working there September of 2023. Beforehand, I was a receptionist at the Pilates studio, which inspired me to get my Pilates certification. So while I was going through that process, one of my friends / the members of the Pilates class, she was like, oh, you should definitely work at Colonie, because we were talking about me making extra money. So when she mentioned Colonie, I was like, all right, cool. Want to interview. The fact that she also stayed quiet.
Oh, so y'all gay?
Yeah, so I won an interview and everything, and got the job. I'm getting ready to go to the cafe. I'm wearing makeup.
What did you say, nigga?
I'm doing it for myself. But yeah, so I was working there from September, and when I first started working there, I was 26 because I spent my 27th birthday there at the restaurant because I was like, why not? I'm getting 50% off. And they had this like really cool like layout. They had an open kitchen, so you're able to see the food made in front of you. And they had like pastas and steaks and like a whole bunch of stuff that was just really amazing. And they were heavy on natural wine, which is also how I got into natural wine. They also had like a variety of Amaros, and adjacent to them having the restaurant Colonie, they also had their restaurant Pips, which was right next door to Colonie. In addition to that, they also had formerly known as Grand Electrica down in Dembo, on Front Street. And then they changed that into Hilder around like, I believe, January of 2025, as far as I'm aware of. There was a couple of things that we noticed that we were just kind of like, when things were changing, we flat out asked some of the managers what's going on, just worried about our job security. And the managers were just reassuring the staff and everyone, no, like we're remaining open. They renewed the lease for 5 more years.
You lying? Yeah.
Who, to be fair, they really did not know what was going on in hindsight. And this was around the time that I believe what they did first, they first changed Grand Electrica to Hilder. So Grand Electrica was like this Tex-Mex like type of vibe, which was kind of like, I guess, needed but not needed in Dumbo area specifically, because Dumbo, if you don't know about Brooklyn, Dumbo is a very touristy area. It has a direct view of the Brooklyn Bridge and pictures like that, or even movies. Like, it's a lot of things, a lot of scenes that have been filmed in that area. So yeah, they had that, and then they decided to pivot and change from a Tex-Mex to a French Scandinavian bistro.
Something ain't right.
And they named it after one of the owner's grandmother. So the concept was very more modern, very trying to, like, they didn't have natural wines before. Like Colonie, out of their sister restaurants, Colonie was the main one to have natural wines. And then when they opened Pips in 2018, obviously they had natural wines too, just out of convenience, like a proximity convenience. I'm assuming that is, I don't know for a fact. Grand Electrica was very much like tequila, mezcal, vodka, like very much like a bar type of vibe. And they invested like a lot of money. I don't know what the exact amount is, do not quote me, but they invested a lot of money to rebrand essentially. We're using Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blur Bombing Powder. My shade is in 7. Just look at her. Woo. So, oh my god, I'm like trying to not be nosy, but also trying to focus. So yeah, they did all that to rebrand, and it was a great like turnout in my opinion, but I don't think it worked out books wise. I mean, I know it didn't work out books wise because I was as we were at Colonie, they had like the system, like the reservation system, and because it's sister restaurants, you can like see what numbers each restaurant is doing each night, and let's just say Hilder or GE/GE was twice as big as Colonie. We were doing twice as much seating compared to what they were doing. So that happened for a while, and they were expecting a good turnout for like spring, summer, because mind you, this happened in February, and you know, it's still cold outside. You're not really getting too many tourists in that area in Dumbo around like the winter time, not that much. So summertime they like opened, they're outside, but it still didn't work. They had like a couple of, they even had like Ed Sheeran, they had a couple of celebrities that like popped out to their restaurant, like fully popped out, which really shocked me in the end that it didn't really do well. That happened in February 2025, and then March, the end of February, early March, they changed our napkins from white linens, actual fabric white linens, to basically brown paper towel.
Are you kidding me?
But they wanted to like make it look fancy. So when that happened, we were like, okay, what's going on? I'm using LA Girl. It's like drugstore here, like concealer.
What?
That's this.
What?
Where's the wig band?
Look at my.
I don't have no pants on. We got a dark spot right there.
Oh, brother.
I know. I just put it there. So people were. I don't know. It probably is. Probably isn't. I don't know.
What would the second option be?
I don't really know. Probably behind the dresser.
Behind what dresser?
This one.
Why would it be behind there?
I don't know.
Did you move it somehow?
I really don't remember where I moved it, but I'm just checking all the boxes. But like I was saying, when that happened, when they made that switch, we were.
What?
What the fuck is that?
Are you looking in the book bag?
There's nothing in here.
Well, Imani, I honestly don't know where it's at.
How could this be?
I don't know. I don't really keep track of things that I don't use pretty often.
You got this. That's fine.
Okay. Sorry to disappoint you, sister.
You always.
Bobby, where is my waist? Where's my waist? She knows exactly where it's at. So yeah, when that happened, people were asking questions, including myself, and we were all like, what's going
It's not
on?
here.
Oh, brother.
You can check.
It's right here. Ugh. Let's go, Sincere.
I'm gonna have to stand for this. You got what you wanted, now leave.
Oh, he was.
Just like my father.
Yeah,
So yeah, we were all just kind of like worried about our jobs, because most of us are artists when it comes down to servers in New York City. Most of us are like actors, writers, comedians, whatever the case may be. And so when it comes down to like day to day and having that security, because when you are in that industry, the pay is not consistent, gigs aren't consistent, like you're not, consistently like, and when people are booking consistent, which is amazing, you still want to sometimes have that security. Like there was a guy who was a bartender at the restaurant where he's like in his 40s, no shade there, but he was just like, this is not where he expected to be after he booked his last gig. Because he's like a sound or light engineer, and he just thought that like his last gig was gonna like suffice at least for longer than what he expected, or longer than he thought rather. So yeah, so just keep that in mind as well. That's most of their staff, and if it's like that, if most of their staff isn't artists in their own right, but then so there's a large portion of the staff that are not necessarily undocumented, but it's just they aren't from here. Most of them are from either Africa or Guatemala or Mexico. Like they're from different countries. So when it comes to job security, you can't necessarily just tell someone who is coming from another country, knowing what's happening right now, oh, just go on unemployment, aka government assistance. It just doesn't come that easily for some people as well, in terms of like when they're laid off. So yeah, I'm using sorry to use the YSL Make Me Blush. This is like the only thing that I'm really using right now. And then the Fenty Beauty highlight. When I go get more makeup, I'm gonna get another highlight. Not another highlight, because Terry, you're literally in my way. But yeah, we're gonna like do like an actual proper shopping haul, because I need things. Fast forward to September, then Pips closes, the sister restaurant. And at this point, this is our busy season. So for a restaurant like that, I mean, granted it's our busy season, but because we're in that area, Cobble Hill / Brooklyn Heights, a lot of the residents there go away for the summer because they can afford it, honey.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
Every summer, every long weekend holiday, they're going away. So we did lose a percentage of those seats per se, or even some regulars rather, because they're away during that season. But then the reverse on that, then you get people who were able to get in, they are able to get in as far as reservations, and then you also get like some tourists still because it's still beautiful outside, and then we're also right next to the pier, so you get a couple like walk-ins and people who are just going about their walks trying to soak up the sun while we have it before it gets brick outside. You get the idea. So yeah, so they closed one of their sister restaurants in the busiest seasons, and then again everyone's asking what's going on, are we okay? And then everyone from that restaurant, which was just so happened to be like a few people, they were just transferred over to Colonie. And also in hindsight, we should have known that Pips was going to close, because they like stripped basically all of Pips' actual menu and had, I don't know if this is legal, but let me not. I'm not gonna say nothing else. But yeah, that happened. Mind you, at that time, that's when I was asked to be a brunch manager, because the general manager was going away for his wedding party for almost a month, and they needed someone else to fill in, and they found your girl worthy enough. So I was like really hype, and people were saying like trying to get me hype as well, but there was something in my bones that was just kind of like, don't let this get hype, in terms of like, oh, they're gonna be asking you to do this even when he's back. Like, yeah, they may, but not like a consistent basis, not enough to put me on salary at least. So I just kind of like setting that up in my mind. I went on my birthday trip in October for 2 weeks. When I came back from my trip, it just felt a little off. Like it just felt like a weird vibe. But then like 3 weeks after that, one of the managers got like a text from the owners, like to have an emergency meeting. Okay, like you guys usually don't have meetings back to back like that, and if you do, it's because like we have a prefix coming up or some kind of like private buyout or whatever the case may be. And as far as I'm aware of, I didn't know that. You could see that in the books, like quite literally, because they would block off people from making reservations if we have a buyout for obvious reasons. And immediately I was like, oh my god, are they closing the restaurant? Are they closing the restaurant? She was like, let's not jump to conclusions. And at this point, she really did not know, because she just got the text, and like I was right there when she got it. So we were just like throwing conjectures out there, or at least I was. And I was like, well, what if they're I was like, well, what if Hildra's closing? Because at this point it's September and they're still not doing well. So then she went out and called the owner and came back, and I was like, so what did she say? And she was like, oh, that we're gonna talk during the meeting. And in my head I was like, you already know. I'm freaking out, and on top of that, there was also, unfortunately, a loss of someone who worked at the restaurant for years. He passed away, RIP Charlie. He passed away that night. So Sunday morning during brunch, or Sunday during a brunch shift rather, that's when we got the text of the managers. And then Sunday night, we got the text in our group chat, like later at home, or at least for me when I was at home, that Charlie passed away. And we were all just kind of like, we were all just sad and grieving because, you know, he's this really fun, like, man he's from Africa, and he's just like so warm and so full of light. And he literally would call me black girl because I was the only black girl there. And then he also called this girl named Michelle Obama, because that's how he would remember her name. He was just so amazing, and I hope that his family was able to grieve properly. That man really made an impact, not just with at the restaurant, but the whole community knew that man. He could walk, he could step off whatever 3 train or G train to get to Cobble Hill, and he would be saying hi like at every block, like at least 5 times, because he is that well known, because he's just an amazing guy. And then Monday, November 10th, which I still consider doomsday. Yeah. It was this eerie feeling because I saw them having a meeting at their sister restaurant, which at that point is closed. In my head, I'm like, you know what, let me not freak out. It looks like they're bringing in people one by one, and because I'm just like a step-in fill-in manager, I'm not really included in that. I was scheduled for 2:45 and talked to the bartender who was there, and he also agreed that something weird was happening. We was like, okay, probably it's because of Charlie. When he said that, I was like, no, actually it's not, because they called that meeting before we found out Charlie passed. It's definitely something else relating to the business. And it was an emergency meeting. I was filming all this here. I did not care. So then I was like, when you find out, let me know. When I find out, let him know. So an hour later, the second opening server came in. My girl Libby Pop. She came in, and then someone, I'm not gonna say who, as soon as the person told her the restaurant's closing, she ran in the bathroom. No girl opened the bathroom. So I went in the bathroom, and I just saw her crying, and I was like, what is happening? She had that look in her eyes where like she couldn't tell me, and I was like, oh my God, you know what's going on. Like, you know exactly what's going on. So I was like, no, you better tell me. And she was like, no, I can't tell you. And I was like, no, you was really better tell me. Like, I don't want to hear anything. Then she told me that they're closing a restaurant, and I was like, I freaking knew it. And so I was like, all right, so how long do we have? She said 20 days. Mind you, it is November 10th. We are right before a potential super dome busy season, and on top of that, holidays. People have families, people have vacations, people have trips. Like, it was just so much that I was just like processing in that moment, that I was like, I just freaking knew it. And I just immediately felt bad. So like, there's so many people like that are here that really depend on this job. And then later on, I also found out that there was 2 runners who literally rejected a job a week prior because they were comfortable with their current job at the restaurant. So I just kind of like, these girls could have gave us a more of a notice, but they also, a little birdie told me that basically when they closed Pips, their sister restaurant, which was right next door, back in September, October, whenever they did that, at that moment they already knew that they were going to close Colonie. So I was like, wow, they really just did that. We're using Summer Fridays brownie. Just got her. I think this is my first time using her. I wasn't able to cry at that moment because I was just kind of like so upset still. Like, how could they really like do this? So yeah, so I just kind of was upset, and I kind of thought about like, what the frick am I gonna do, and what are so many people who can't go on unemployment, what are they gonna do? And I just like went into this whole whirlwind of like my finances and the choices that I made, and the fact that I just took a 2-week vacation. From there, that day, the rest of the staff that worked that day that we found out, it was because they didn't tell the public, they didn't make it public yet. So that day the shift was just very like, why am I even trying? Like, why am I even doing this? it just felt like my heart couldn't go on. Like, I can't be over here telling these people, I'll see you next week or see you next month.
You lying? Yeah.
And all that other crap. So it just bothered me. But then, so they announced it to the staff later that day, which was also weirder because after they had their meeting, the two owners had their meeting, they came by to the restaurant. It was like, oh, bye, da 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 da, like.
And the Oscar goes to the white women.
Not a frown or tear or care in sight, what it seemed like, because they could have just at least gave us the decency to tell the staff in person then and there, like, and then be like, oh, we're gonna send an email to everyone. But when it comes down to what we received, I feel like we got the bigger end of the stick because Hilder/GE definitely got the shorter end of the stick because they only gave their staff a week notice. I am conspiracy theorizing that the reason why they gave Hilder a week notice and us a 20-day notice because Hilder wasn't making no money, so Colonie was basically paying for Hilder's bills, and it didn't make any sense at that point since they're already closing all their restaurants to like keep a restaurant that isn't making any money open longer than the restaurant that's making you money. Like, I get that completely, but I just felt so bad because I'm like, damn, I only gave them a week. And then our general manager the next day like got us right together, was like, you know, we still have a job to do, like, let's see to it to the end so that we can hopefully leave on like a gooder note, like a better note, not just within ourselves, but also hopefully we can build a rapport with other people. I don't really want that. This is Tom Ford Phantom, but I don't really want that. It's not brightening me up. I think I'm just gonna use, yeah, I like that way better. But yeah, so first day was weird. Tuesday when they made the announcement that we were closing, like to the public, oh baby. From Tuesday until the day we closed on November 30th, every night was a Friday night, which was great for the servers and great for front of house because that we see that money-wise, we see that in our checks, which is great to get it. Like, we didn't get a bonus technically, but we technically did get a bonus with the amount of people that showed love to the restaurant. But I felt bad for the kitchen staff because they're doing twice the work and still making the same pay as if it was slow on a Monday, but you're doing Friday pace level for Monday's pay with no bonus. Luckily, there's a few handful of like customers and regulars who would physically give cash to the kitchen, which was amazing. And the thing that was really important was about that is because it is an open kitchen that they were grandfathered into, and some of the kitchen staff would actually put in an effort to adding in a layer of hospitality to our check average technically, because it really didn't help them, and it just to me showed the amount of love and the amount of heart that people have that worked at that restaurant from front of house to back of house. But yeah, so that happened November 30th. Most of us ate at the restaurant for free, as we should, because that was foul. But then the thing that was really foul for me was when the people at Hilder, when I working at Hilder, they tried to eat at the restaurant, and the owner, one of the owners rather, not both of them, I'm not going to say which one, but one of the owners was like, that's the beauty of closing a restaurant, is that you don't have to give your former employees a employee discount anymore. And I'm going to leave it at there because God works mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways, I'm telling you. We're going to put on our outfit real quick. And yeah, so when that happened, I was like, you know what? I'm happy that this is happening. I'm wearing my cowboy boots again because that's what I want to do. And I'm just a girl. So there's.
You guys are so cute. Atta girl, she did a curl with you. She's not messing around. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, you did it! Oh my god! I'm impressed. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm really cute. A fucking hat box. Yeah, so casual. This is funny as fuck. Wait, real it justice. So you see the swoop is here is perfect. That front little thing right there, that little curl at the side, doing it's what it has to do. Little 360 view, ooh, side swept action.
Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it.
Do it too. The girls can do it too. The girls can do it too.
Drop it. Pop, lock, and 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 drop it.
Get low. If your mama gave it to you, baby girl, let it show. Once you pop, lock, drop it for me, baby, we can roll. Oh, boot that thing up, mommy, make it roll. Once you pop, lock it for me, girl, get low. If your mama gave it to you, baby girl, let it show. Once you pop, lock, drop it for me, baby, we can roll. Oh,
Pop, lock, and drop it. 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 Pop, lock.
We're sad to see you go. We wish you all the best of next adventures. And please don't be strangers in anything you do. And like I said too, I'm not sure who I said it to. When he closes the door, he opens a window. Yeah. And so I'm sure that the next chapter, I hope the next chapter will be as great as this one has been. We are just grateful and thankful for all of you, and we're grateful and thankful for the friendship. And so cheers to all of you.
Whoa. All right, well, thank you guys for watching my vlog, and I will see you guys next week. EssenceMurph again. EssenceMurph again. I need to dye my hair blonde. It's giving. Who knows?
She just let me. But they sure no fear. It ain't safe from here, but she's still gonna